Hello and welcome to this video. In this video I would like to go through my trailer track Foul, which was placed and used in one of the trailers for Last Night in Soho. This track is published by Elephant Music through their Mammoth catalog. We kinda wanted to give the old horror and drama thriller idea kind of a fresh take. So instead of using the more traditional way of going with, stringed instruments like violins and cellos and so on, we kind of wanted to do it with an acoustic guitar. So a lot of the percussion, everything is made with an acoustic guitar, besides of some sound effects, hits and rises and a bit of percussion and so forth. But before we actually go into the track, let's just give it a quick listen, because I haven't heard this in quite a while, so I need to get up to date too. All right, so that was quite exciting listening to, since I haven't heard this in quite a while. So to break this track down without this video being an hour long, I guess what this track is built upon, the whole kind of fundament of the track, is this drone. Which basically just does kind of almost the same thing all the way through the track. It's basically just a foundation to have some sort of tension below everything that is going on. But the very first sound you're presented with is this, which is kind of just bending a guitar, like a normal bend, but pitched down with some EQ and reverb and so forth and so on. Underneath that, of course, the always trusty trailer boom to grab people's attention, because we have to remember that trailer music is, even though of course all music is art and fun and so on, trailer music is a tool to make an advert for a film, TV show, or video game. It's an advert tool. So what trailer music has to do is grab people's attention by the first second and keep building and grabbing people's attention again, so people actually watch the whole trailer. And this is one of the first, we call them signature sounds, which is then reversed to work as kind of a riser, which can also work as an edit point, just like this one. And then the track continues, and we're presented with these. Whoops. Which is basically just some of my own samples hitting a door or table or something. Track continues. This is the intro, the first act, so we're kind of building the mood and the expectation of the trailer track. Then we're presented with another bendy, weird sound. It's kind of like the first one, so it's familiar to people watching the trailer, but it's still different. It's a bit more distorted, it's a bit weird, pitchy, and yeah, it's weird, and it sets the mood perfectly for the first act. Then after that, we have to get some pace. We get some percussion, getting the pace, kind of starting to get a rhythm of the track, so to speak. And then that's basically the first act. Then we get into act 2, which is, well, you can kind of say that if act 1 is mysterious and what's gonna happen and what kind of movie is this gonna be, then act 2 is kind of, okay, we know what kind of movie this is gonna be. Now we get to know some of the characters and a bit of the story and so on. So we have to get some pace going. So we have percussion going. And then we have these. If my mouse would work. Which are, well, guitars. Again, mangled into weird sounds. These get going for quite a while, and we get introduced to some things that we already know. This layered up with this. So people know that in the trailer we are still in familiar territory. So now is, of course, the time to kind of give the first big edit point. Maybe the first kind of scary cut, you know. So we give them a good old Bram. Good old Bram. With some distortion and equalizer and so on to make it more of our own, to make it fit the track, right? And the percussion starts to pick up pace. And again, we add more percussion. Together with my trusty frying pan. Again, edit points, edit points, edit points. Every sound with a bit of space around it is an edit point. And we have to remember these edit points for the trailer editor. And now we get into not quite the third act. It's kind of like the late second act. We develop the track and add more new percussion. Also hitting my guitar. I know I'm not supposed to do that, but I did it. The first big trailer hit presents itself. And now we have made this bendy sound, developed it into this. Now we're really grabbing people's attention. We're starting to really pick up the pace. kind of starting to get into what I would call the start of the third act. It kind of still feels like the second act, but this would be the third act, kind of starting up with a slow building third act. Now a more melodic, traditional guitar, but of course everything is way out of tune and out of place because it is a thriller track. And then we start getting the rises in. And an interesting thing here is, I believe it's this guitar track. Simply just by changing up the rhythm that we are already used to from here. The track is still the same tempo, but it feels faster. It feels more dangerous. It's picking up the pace without going up in tempo at all. Lots of hits, sound effects going on. The rise is building. And this is what you would actually probably call the proper third act, where everything is just going nuts. And it's right here. Right here. It starts here. Everything is going nuts. The guitars are going nuts. Playing much more openly on the strings. The percussion is going more, it's wilder, it's more chaotic. The sound effects are layered up, big hits with kick drums and snare drums and everything. We got this big riser section just building. Big ending. Into the big finale, and just again to end off the track, this is where the logo for whatever film or movie studio or comes up. It's on the end tag. Ooh, watch it. November, blah blah blah. Year, blah blah blah. If you survive, blah blah. So that's basically the track. I could go much more into detail with it, but it would be a quite long video. So I guess this will be it for now. And I find it quite funny to do these videos. So maybe I'll do more. I have a bunch of trailer tracks that I have permission to go through, so it's just about taking the time to do it. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments. I'll post Instagram links and Facebook, blah blah blah, if you want to follow over there and ask questions there. I'm much better at answering stuff, etc. over at Instagram, so follow over there if you find it interesting at all. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, have a very nice day. Bye bye.